A big project is underway in Altoona and is set to be unveiled tomorrow, just in time for Memorial Day. Tomorrow, the Chippewa Valley Veterans Tribute and Veteran Legacy Stones will be dedicated to the community in a formal ceremony. Although only one phase of the project is complete, officials with the Chippewa Valley Veterans Tribute Foundation say they're looking forward to revealing this project that honors those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Even though the project hasn't reached completion, there's already hundreds of stones in place with local veterans' names, a Gold Star Mother statue, and statues of local Marine and Army veterans. Tomorrow's event will include a Huey helicopter flyover, posting of the colors, and live music.
Master singers will be here. We have a bagpiper. We'll be having taps played. It'll be a very exciting, somber, and bring some extra tissues, because I think it'll be a really touching event for the Chippewa Valley and the people that will be here.
If you'd like to attend tomorrow's event, Beckfield advises people to come early and bring a lawn chair. The dedication ceremony begins at 1 p.m. at River Prairie Park in Altoona behind 44 North. With so many local veterans set to be recognized during tomorrow's ceremony, today our own Felicity Bosk met with an area woman who's sharing her own story of loss and remembrance this Memorial Day weekend.
Enlisting after high school, Jerry Irwin served in the Navy as a pilot for 3 years before returning home to be part of the Naval Reserves while attending UW Stout. Shortly after graduation, the Navy asked him to enlist once again.
And he decided to go to 6 more months. And he made 3 of the 6.
His sister, Diane Wegan, says her brother was her best friend.
There he is in my wedding.
It was during that 6-month re-enlistment that Jerry died doing the thing he loved most, flying. In March of 1968, he was piloting an A-6A Intruder when it exploded in the air, killing him and his navigator.
Intellectually, we know we could lose any. I could have lost my son, I could lose my grandson. When you are out in war, but you just don't think it's going to happen. And when I got that call, it was like, oh, this can't be. I mean, it simply can't be. How can he be gone?
When remembering her brother's funeral 53 years ago, Diane says it seems like the whole town attended, mourning together as taps played in the background, a song that Diane still struggles to hear, even now. But the hardest part was mourning a loved one whose body was never recovered.
Just this smiling picture looking at you. That was very, very hard, very, very difficult to go through.
Diane visits Jerry's grave a few times a year, where he is buried alongside other family members. Beside his grave is a statue placed by their mother.
She had this made because in our faith, Blessed Mother Mary watches over us.
American flags can be seen across the graveyard this Memorial Day weekend, a time that remembers those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. And for Diane and so many other military families, memorializing her fallen loved one goes beyond Memorial Day.
Pray for him all the time, every day. It's a constant, because he'll always be a part of me.
In 2015, Jerry Irwin was added to UW Stout's memorial wall honoring alumni servicemen. Jerry's family isn't the only one remembering a lost loved one this weekend. 6 years ago today, President Biden's son, Beau Biden, died of brain cancer. After attending Mass today, President Biden, First Lady Jill Biden, and members of their family laid flowers at Beau's grave in Wilmington to mark the anniversary of his death. Beau Biden was the president's oldest son. President Biden had heartfelt words for his late son during a Memorial Day service in Delaware today, telling Gold Star family members that he knows the pain of losing a son or daughter.
I know how much the loss hurts. I know the black hole that leaves in the middle of your chest. It feels like you may get sucked into it and not come out. Greetings like this in gatherings help, and while I know nothing I can say to ease the pain, I just know that each year it gets a little bit easier. And I promise you the day will come when the mention of the name of your son or daughter, husband, wife, they will in fact bring not a tear to your eye, but a smile to your lips.
During his speech today, Biden also repeated a line he's said many times before, that the one true obligation we have as a country is to do everything we can to equip and protect those who serve. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris is also sending Americans well wishes this holiday weekend, but is facing criticism for doing just that, tweeting a smiling photo of herself yesterday with the caption, "Enjoy the long weekend." Now, many critics on social media faulted the Vice President for not attributing the long Memorial Day weekend to the sacrifices made by service members. In response, the VP's office says Harris had already pre-scheduled a tweet for today about remembering the service and sacrifice of America's servicemen and women. Remembering that sacrifice and service was at the forefront of a years-long tradition that's back in Washington for Memorial Day. Hundreds of bikers are in the nation's capital for what's called Rolling to Remember. The event, organized by AMVETS, honors prisoners of war and those missing in action.
Things happen in this country, but we're resilient. We bounce back, and we live the American dream, and we honor the sacrifice. And this weekend's all about honoring the sacrifice. And it's all about compassion, respect, and empathy. And this is what our country needs.
The event traditionally uses the Pentagon's parking lot as a staging area and has so for years. But this year, DC's mayor granted the group's request to use RFK Stadium as the new setup spot. Well, with everyone gearing up for Memorial Day, Matt, I've got to ask the most pressing question. Will tomorrow night's grilling get rained out?
Well, there's a chance for that, but the good thing is I think most of the showers and storms will form to east of Eau Claire, but there still is a chance across the area. And any rain on Memorial Day is certainly news, but a couple of them could be strong too. In the meantime, tonight is on the cooler side, but not as cold as we've been. 52 degrees currently, the wind only 6 miles per hour out of the south. Here's the radar though. There's actually a decent line of storms up near Duluth to our northwest, but they're starting to fall apart as they move through. Maybe a couple showers overnight as they fizzle out, but better chances refire along that same front tomorrow. The question is where will that front be? Is it going to be east of us or right over the Chippewa Valley? So I kept slight chances in the forecast for the Eau Claire area, better chances to the east. I'll track those threats in my full forecast.
All right, thanks, Matt. Moving into global news tonight, after catching fire and burning for more than a week, the destroyed container ship off the coast of Sri Lanka is spilling plastic debris into the ocean, with conservation groups saying it could cause an ecological disaster. Hundreds of troops are still cleaning up plastic pellets that have washed up on the beaches of the capital city, but luckily Sri Lanka's Environmental Protection Agency says so far there's no sign of oil leaking. Days after a deadly volcano eruption, 92 earthquakes and tremors have been recorded in just the past 24 hours around Mount Nyiragongo in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Around 400,000 people have already evacuated from red zones in the city of Goma and its surrounding areas. The U.S. Refugee Agency currently reporting 32 people have died from incidents related to that recent eruption. Relief agencies also say lava flow has destroyed about 17 communities. Nyiragongo is considered one of the world's most active and dangerous volcanoes. Back in the U.S., 7 people were injured after an explosion at a steel mill in Colorado. Police say an electric arc furnace inside the mill exploded Saturday night.